When it said, tears fled the head, I'm waiting, I guess she tweet, I guess she confess, she thinking less, not drinking less, bathroom says, best it gets, spontaneous, I stereotype, put to rest tonight, imagine, believe, and achieve, it works, Skyrim as a rise like fireworks, smell through the bag, don't touch my perk.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to After the Storm. I'm your host, Matt Clark, and got to go to the game again tonight. I actually love going to the games. It's so much better than watching them on TV. Even though I do enjoy watching them on TV, it's just so much better to be in person, and I can get a better feel and a better look for what's happening when I can see the whole floor. So, watching the first time I watched the Thunder Spurs, of course, it was on TV, and watching it in person, it's the exact same thing. We just don't match up with them athletically. I mean, they're just too fast, too strong, too quick, too athletic for us. But anyway, it's a great game. The Thunder lost 104 to 114, falling to 18-40 on the year. The Spurs improving to 23-36. And, I thought our Thunder, once again, we're very competitive. I do like our team, and I've talked about that before. I like what we have to offer. I like our team. I like what we're doing. I like everything about it. I just wish we're about four. There's four players I'm not too fond of that I think need to go, and we need to replace those guys with some bigs, because I was in the bathroom today at the Thunder game, and the guy goes, God, we just don't have any rim protectors. I'm like, bro, you're preaching to the choir. I understand we have no rim protectors. San Antonio has a 7-footer and comes off the bench and replace him with a 6'11". So they have a big on the floor. Then what do they have? They have one or two shooters out on the field, and then the other three guys are athletic as hell, can get to the basket and do what they want, which is, if you're going to follow San Antonio, then okay, let's get some bigs, a couple bigs, and then let's get one or two shooters, which we don't have. Because other than that, we got three guys. We have Giddey, Dort, and SGA. So if we can get another shooter or two, or at least one more shooter, and then a big guy. So one shooter who his job is to knock down threes. That's all we need to do. Your job is to knock down threes. We have Dort to play defense. We have SGA can get his drive and get his baskets anytime he wants. And then we have Giddey, who's learning to play, and he's going to be an outstanding player. Him and SGA are going to be one of the best guard duos in the NBA, I believe, coming up soon. So anyway, starting lineup tonight was Giddey, Roby, which I do like Roby, Baisley, Mann, and Wiggins. And I'm a huge proponent of Wiggins. I like what this guy does, this kid brings. He's got size, he's got athleticism, he's physical. He just needs to work on his three, quit fading away. He does the same thing Dort does. A lot of our players, when they miss their shots, they're fading back instead of going towards the basket. When you're shooting, you go forward. You do not go backwards, and you bend your knees. So once if he gets somebody to fix those two things, he should be fine. But my keys were simple. Try to contain Murray, which we did tonight. We contained him compared to what we did last time we played him. Forced him into taking jump shots, because San Antonio, they're not fond of the three. They want to attack the basket. Why? Because they've got that 7-footer and 6'11". You come over, you guard, boom, you hit it, and you got a guard trying to block them out. They can tip it in and get the rebounds. And tonight I think it was 60-54 or something like that inside the paint. The difference is in scoring inside the paint. The difference is their 60 was on rebounds, and our 54 was on us just simply being aggressive, going to the basket, which I love, us being aggressive, moving at the basketball. Forced them to take jump shots and keeping them from getting easy baskets in transition. Because last time they get out on us and they're just so much physical, so much faster, so much quicker, so much athletic than us, they just score an easy transition, and then they get in and start knocking down shots. And we just nothing, absolutely nothing we can do to keep up with them, and they just take advantage of us when it comes to that. But I want us to move without the basketball like we've been doing. Like I said, drive, be aggressive going to the paint, everybody cutting to the basket. And when you're driving and people cutting and we're not selling for threes, we're a tough team to beat. We're going to be in every game. If you notice, the last 6 or 7 games, 8 games since we've been doing that, we've been way more competitive, and we've been in every game. But it comes down to plays that you need to make at the end. We've got guys who just cannot make plays at the end, which is just killing us. But, of course, when SGA gets back, that's our guy. That's our finisher. And I think, in this last, 8 or 9 games that he's been out, we would have won 6 of those at least, because this was a good stretch that we could have won some games more than what we have at this point. Okay, not to settle for threes, and then cut down on the offensive rebound if we can. But once again, when you don't have Favors in there that he can play us and give us those minutes, we're just in trouble. We have nothing big, physical that somebody can box out. They're bigs. We're just too little and just not physical enough to box people out, and they just absolutely kill us on the offensive end. And also we just don't match up with San Antonio. And that's in all sports. There's certain teams you just don't match up with. I don't care what situation is. You just don't match up with them. There's teams when I played I just did not match up again. There's teams that did not match up against us. So that just happens. But that's what they do is they take advantage of their matchups. And Popovich is a master at that. That's why he's so good. That's why he's the Olympic coach. And you remember in the Olympics, in the finals, he said Jason Tatum, he said, boy, come sit down. This is not it. This is not the Celtics. You're not going to run and just go shoot a bunch of jump shots. That's not happening here. Sit your butt down. We're going to play defense first. Then we're going to pass the ball. We're going to move. We're going to get open looks, and we're going to get easy baskets. And you can see that's what San Antonio does. They attack the basket. They move it at the ball. They're not sitting there selling for the three-point shot just because it's there. Pull up and shoot a mid-range. That's going to get you in the games. But once again, they don't really have the talent that they once had, so this is going to really killing them in their rebuilding effort to do that. But anyway, the first quarter, we were down 29-34. We were 2 for 6 from 3. They were 3 for 9. We were shooting 48%. They were shooting 41%. And that's simply because why? We were playing good defense, but they were just killing us on the offensive glass. So in the second quarter, we started out with Favors, Maladon, Giddey, Poku, and Waters, which, whatever. Anyway, but Josh makes all the difference. We were losing pretty big. We were down like 8 in the first quarter. Giddey comes in, he makes a huge difference. And like what have I always said, SGA or Giddey on the floor at all times. But when SGA is not in there, you have Poku trying to do whatever, be our point guard or Maladon or, Jerome. None of those guys can do that. Sorry. They just don't have it. I mean, I know the Thunder is doing the best they can right now with what we have, but those guys, they can't get the job done. But you just look at the difference in our team when Giddey's on the floor because of hustles. He hustles on the offensive boards. He's always in there. He's long, but then he gets back on defense. He's hustling, he's moving. He's not one of these guys that's going to go for the offensive rebound, doesn't get it, and then he's out there passive. He does a great job of attacking the whole time. So I love what Josh does when it comes to that. But, all of a sudden we sub, and we have Waters, Maladon, Baisley, Wiggins, and Poku. You have one defender. It's Wiggins. Maladon can't defend. Waters can't defend. Baisley can't defend. And Poku can't defend. And they go on a run on us, and there's just nothing we can do. And they just want to run. They just attacked us in transition, in the half-court offense, because you got 4 guys out there who can't defend. And they knew that. And they went straight at each one of them. Straight at each one of them. Because I know you got to look, is this what you got? I mean, when you play basketball players understand what I mean. You look at some guy and go, oh, look at this right here. Like Jordan used to say, oh, he's guarding me 50. Because you already know, oh, this guy right here, oh, I'm going to attack him. I'm going to get me some baskets off. This guy, yeah, he's done. And that's exactly what happened to us in the second quarter. Second quarter, when we lost the game. Flat out simple. They put it on us. They got the lead in the second quarter. The score was 58-73 at halftime. They scored 39 points in the second quarter. And when you put that lineup in there was nothing we could do. They just took advantage of it. They flat out took advantage of it because we couldn't guard. I mean, you have one defender. One guy can guard is Wiggins. Those other guys can't defend. And you have all 4 of them in there. When the whole thing is like Steph Curry, he's not going to defend. So you got to hide him. So you can hide one guy. You maybe can hide 2. 4? Can't hide 4. You can barely hide 2. You can hide one guy who can't defend. But you can't hide 2 guys, or 3 guys, or 4 guys. There's no way in hell you can hide that. That's not happening. That's why Lindy Waters didn't play. I mean, you can't, dude. I'm sorry, Coach D. You can't have this lineup out there. We're not going to get the job done. That's where we lost the second half right there. I mean, we lost the game right there in the second quarter. First quarter, we were 3 for 6. Second quarter, we were 3 for 10 on threes. We shot 42% the second quarter. They shot 51. And you remember, they shot 41% the first half. The first quarter. We shot 48. We went from 48 to 42. They went from 41 to 51. because of the lineups you have in there. You can't play those guys. I'm sorry. But I understand that we have no choice because we're handicapped right now. We're hamstringed because our guys aren't in there, and you have no choice but to do what you do. Now, we started, like I've been saying, love the fact we started the same guys who starts the first half because it lends continuity to everybody gets in their form. Okay, this is my rotation. This is when I'm going in the game. But what I felt like we had to do is we had to push the ball back. Guys, teams who get the ball, who push the ball, don't like the ball pushed back on them. Just like in the NFL, teams that like to throw the ball, they don't like the ball being thrown back on them. They don't like whatever you do, your team, you don't want that done back to you. So we had to do that. We had to get at them. And Gideon, man, shoot the damn ball at the rim. You're at the rim. Quit passing the ball. We talked about that weeks ago. You're right at the rim. Please finish. Look to score first, shoot second. And it's not necessarily about being selfish, even though it is. Look to score first and shoot second. So anyway, with 81-87, we got back in the game. With 3 minutes to go, you had Poku, Maladon, Krejci, Baisley, and Roby. We scored 2 points. We scored 0 points in 3 minutes. They only scored 2, thank God. 0 points. Nobody out there can score. Why he kept pulling Josh in and out, I don't know. You just need to decide. Josh is going to play the whole first quarter. He's going to sit most of the second quarter. He's going to play the end of the third quarter, or 5 minutes or so ago in the second quarter. Third quarter, he's going to play the whole third quarter, and then like 45 minutes of the second quarter. That's what he's on the fourth quarter. The last four. He's got to be on the floor. I know that's a lot to ask of the young man, and he's young. I know that's a lot to ask of him, but he's got to be out there. He just can't go without. Anyway, we went 2 for 6 for 3 from the first quarter, 3 for 10 the second quarter, and 3 for 9, which is not bad. 30-something%, not bad. Okay, not bad at all. But for the game, we're shooting 39%. They're shooting 44%, down from 51. So once again, our defense stayed in. But what happened in that? They only scored 16 points that quarter. Why? Defense. Defense. And then their guys are missing shots, and they dropped down 7%. Fourth quarter. 81-89 to start the fourth. What are my keys? You have to finish at the rim. You got to stop being out of control going to the basket, basically. You had 4 air balls tonight attacking the basket. And the thing is, we have to rebound by committee because their size is just, it just ended up being too much for us. When they go from 7'1" to 6'11", and we're, 6'9"? And, Favors comes in, he gives us the minutes he can give us because he's physical, so at least he has the body that he can keep him off the backboard. But for the most part, their size is just too much for us to handle. But once again, what do? We get out in transition. We play great defense. We get some easy baskets. Then all of a sudden, we knock down a couple threes, and we're right back in it. And we finished 11 for 32. And we had 6-8, so we were 3 for 6. So 32 shots. We were 3 for 6 in the fourth quarter. Why? We don't rely on the three. Don't rely on the three. Attack the basket, shoot the mid-range, but finish at the damn basket, please, or learn how to finish. They were 10 for 34. And I'm saying 30 shots is great for the Thunder. 11 for 32 is a great percentage. But the problem is we couldn't finish, and we only shot 39% from the field because we can't finish at the rim. Got to be able to finish. We talked about that before. You got to be able to finish at the rim. And when we learn to finish at the rim, and we're learning, when I look at this team is doing little steps. They're getting better and better and better and better towards the end of the year. We're cutting down on our threes. We're attacking the basket. We're moving out the basketball. Okay? But now we got to learn how to throw bounce passes. Maladon, Giddy, Poku. Got to learn bounce pass. You can't throw a cross-court pass because I talked about the strongest part of a person is right here. You can't throw a pass across the lane with that. You got to throw bounce passes because people are lazy. They don't want to reach down. They might use their foot to try to kick it, which is fine. You're getting out of bounds. But like I said, the little things. But we are getting better. I'm so proud of our team considering what we have to work with. Coach D and his staff are doing a fantastic job. You know, somebody asked me today, said, why don't the Thunder just lose? What's losing going to do? You still got to make the right choices, and you still, like last year, we didn't really get in the top 10. We lost, and we missed out because of one game. We won the last game of the year, which we did not need to win, and then we were locked for one of the best players in the league, and I come out of college. But we got on the outside of that. But still, you still got to draft well. And we got Giddey, which I love that kid. But like I said, no more European players. Krejci, Poku, stop. They're not going to get us W's. We're not going to compete with that. You drafted KD, Russell, James Harden, Ibaka. And this is what you're coming up with now? This is what you're going to start drafting? You can afford to draft some of the idiots that we drafted in before. When you had those guys out there, when you had KD and you had Russell and you had Ibaka, you can afford to draft, take flyers. You can't take flyers now. You got to go get guys you know can play in this league. Those guys can't play. They can't defend. And if they're not knocking down shots, then what good are they? It's just like they were talking about Russell. It's fine when you're scoring 30, and if you're giving up 34, it's fine because it's not that noticeable. But when you're scoring 11 and giving up 25, that's what's noticeable. And our guys are just not consistent enough. They can't defend enough, and they're not consistent enough on the offensive side that they can get away with what they get away with. It's just not going to happen. So anyway, in the fourth quarter, this was their stat line. 34 points first quarter, 39 the second quarter, 16 the third quarter, and 25 the fourth. And we were 29, 29, 23, and 25. That's our standard deal. And the Spurs averaging 111 points a game, and we average 100. So we were right on pace. They did what they do. They ended up shooting 43% from the field, and we shoot 39. Because we missed so many puppies. We were down 6. We make a great stand, get a steal, come down, and what does Terrence Mann do? Miss an easy layup. And he played fantastic against the Knicks Monday. Played great again tonight. But we have to finish at the rim. I can't think of how many shots Josh Giddey missed at the rim. I can't think of how many shots that Baisley missed at the rim tonight inside. You got to score. Roby tried to go in the dunk, got cute, missed a shot and air ball. But like I said, we've improved so much based on the things, the list that I just went down earlier, on the things that we do so much better. And we are getting better. And I love our team. And I think we can be back to, if we can get 3 to 4 guys, I think we can be back to where we're, in the top 4 to 5, or 5 or 6, or at least the top 5 to 6 in the West, which is the toughest conference. So, but anyway, let's give a shout out to Josh Giddey. Only the second rookie in NBA history to have triple doubles in 3 straight games. And you know who the other guy is, Big O, Oscar. The one who averaged a real triple-double, unlike Russell's fake-ass triple-double. He averaged a real triple-double for a year. Now where you're not playing defense, but you're going out and you're grabbing rebounds, your big men are blocking out for you so you can grab rebounds, and you're not playing defense, which is so glaring now that you're with the Lakers and you have to do all that. Now it's glaring to all the things that you were doing before that weren't glaring, that I've told everybody about. Bam, now you can see them. But anyway, Josh, 17, 10, and 10. That should be his stat line almost every game. Now, usually 8 rebounds because getting 10 rebounds a game is really, really difficult, especially when you got a big man in there, you're not relying on your guard to rebound. It's going to make a huge difference. But anyway, I like the kid. I liked his upside. I like what he's doing. But 17, 10, and 10. Of course, I can't wait to see you this weekend in the NBA All-Star game. You'll be playing not the All-Star game, but you'll be playing All-Star weekend. You're going to be in the skills contest because you are very skilled. And then, of course, you're going to be, you're going to be in this Young Superstars game, which are for rookies and second-year guys. So that's going to be a great, and congratulations on making that. So anyway, Thunder fall tonight to the Spurs, 106 to 114, dropping to 18 and 40. The Spurs improving to 23 and 36. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching After the Storm tonight. Remember, go to YouTube, subscribe, and like, and then that way you can get notifications whenever I'm coming on and whenever we're doing a show. And please, if you get a chance, watch the Unpopular Hour. I think that's a great show, and I love what the topics and we're talking about on that show as well, and that's during the day. So anyway, like I said, thank you again for watching After the Storm. Everybody be safe tonight. I'm your host, Matt Clark. Peace.